Some people think home improvement is a guy's domain. I say screw that.
The grouting is done.
I'm Beth Allen, DIY expert, licensed contractor, and designer. I teach everyday women the DIY skills they need to be smart, capable, and confident homeowners.
You can do this. This is easy.
Yeah.
When I found myself on my own at 21, I learned the power of self-reliance, and the do-it-yourself attitude changed my life.
I do teach women how to screw, so here I am, Toby, teaching you how to do it well.
I find women who need a hand making home improvements and give them a weekend warrior makeover that's affordable and doable. I simply give them the knowledge, the skills, and the guts to get it done.
That was my first time using a power tool. I am digging this.
It's DIY for real people with real budgets.
Oh my goodness.
But because doing it yourself doesn't mean doing it alone, I bring my crew of volunteer hip chicks to help. With power tools and the power of women helping women, we transform not only the spaces we flip, but the women who own them. This is Hip Chicks Flips. We're fixing homes and flipping mindsets. Today's flip brings us to Exton, PA, where single mom Tanya and her 2 kids were gutsy enough to take on a true fixer-upper. But when big ticket repairs hit the budget, her family room floor was left undone. After 18 months of plywood subfloors, they are sick of splinters, ready to roll up their sleeves and give this family room the makeover it deserves.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my goodness, you and me both.
I'm so happy to help you tackle this space. It's going to be awesome. So I've seen all the pictures, but now you got to show me this space that I get to
I would
flip.
love to. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
Oh my God. You are really serious? You have no floors?
Painted subfloor.
That does not constitute a real floor, sweetheart. How long have you had this?
Probably about a year and a half.
What?
Well, we had squatters that were here before we were.
Squatters? Like
Yeah.
just random people living in the
Oh,
space?
like popping off all of the baseboards and the cupboards. We found the kitchen cabinet in the fireplace.
They cooked your baseboards for heat.
Yeah, it's been an adventure.
It certainly has been an adventure. You have so much potential in this room that my mind is running with all these ideas. But I have to ask you about that weird window to nowhere.
Yeah. So
Yeah?
from what I can understand, they started to enclose the porch.
And didn't get very far?
Not very far at all,
Oh my
no.
God. Okay, Tanya, here's the deal, sweetheart. That window is coming out. We're
Yay.
gonna help. We're gonna lighten the space up with some new paint. And we're getting your family a new floor.
Yay!
Okay, a real floor. So let's head on over to the flooring store. We'll pick out the perfect product and we'll get started in a couple days.
Sounds great.
Let's go. Squatters.
Okay, this place is huge.
I told you there was a lot of options.
Oh my word!
Now I want to show you this really great products. These are called luxury vinyl tiles and planks.
I really like this product by Shaw called Floorte. Being 100% waterproof and scratch resistant, it is the perfect floor for kids and pets. It is very DIY friendly with a click and lock installation that will even go over ceramic tile. Weekend warriors will love this. It comes in tiles or planks with realistic textures, so there are many styles to choose from. And you can't beat the price at $269 a square foot. Are you ready?
Yes,
You want to see the one that I picked out for you?
Yes,
The
I
one
do.
that I picked out for you is this one.
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful.
It looks just like a real hardwood.
Oh my gosh, that texture is great too.
Isn't it gorgeous? It's got the dark, rich colors that match the beams in your ceiling. So it'll pull the colors from the ceiling right down. It'll complement the fireplace because it's got the warm tones that'll just match perfectly with it. So the floor will take 3 or 4 days to come in, which is perfect because it gives me a couple days to get together some really cool surprises. So be ready.
Sounds like fun.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay, not too fast.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right. You guys are ready? We got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah.
The window's coming out. We're going to paint, and we're going to get the floor started.
Yay.
So it's a lot of work, but here's the deal. Doing it yourself never means doing it alone. And the 4 of us are not enough to get this done. Okay?
We're pretty capable.
We're pretty tough, but we're not enough. So I have a little surprise for you. Let's go, girls.
Oh my goodness.
All of my hip chicks are here to help you get the room packed up so that we can get all the painting done and we can get the floor started.
All of the Hip Chicks girls come in and they're all in these cute little red shirts and they've got their boxes and they are ready to jump in. And I don't know these women from Adam and they're all here with us. And I was completely overwhelmed and totally lost it.
So,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. So get a
That's all I
tissue.
can say here.
Get a tissue, and ladies, everything has to go in this room. Everything except the couch. So get your boxes and let's pack it all up.
All right.
All right,
Let's go.
let's go.
You guys ready?
I put out an SOS on social media for women to come and help be a part of the show. And these 20 women applied and said they'll be there. Like, no questions asked.
I think it's out. That was my first time using a power tool. I am digging this, loving it. Yeah.
The ladies are taking all of Tanya's things outside, so we're going to be repurposing a number of her items. Now Tanya and I can start working on removing the window. This is a big project. It's going to make the most impact visually in her space. So my game plan is to remove the trim work that is on the edge and then take the reciprocating saw into the frame to release any of the hardware and slide that puppy right out.
The very first time I came to this house, the first thing you see when you walk into the living room is this massive window. I can't wait to get this thing out of here.
Okay, I want you to take out all the aggression and the aggravation this house has caused you out on the squatters. Look at the size of those nails. Holy crap.
Wow.
While Tanya and I have been working on the window to nowhere, the Hip Chicks helpers have been out back getting somewhere on some creative projects. I have some of the ladies tackling getting the baseboards ready to go down after the floor's installed. Some of the ladies are spray painting Tanya's old bookcases, and I even have Julie working meticulously on a recovering of seat cushions.
Oh my God, it looks beautiful. Well, I like that it's all women right now. You know, that we're all working with each other to get a project accomplished. I think there's something like dynamic or like you want to help that. Do you know what I mean? She wants, you know, to get on board with what she's doing.
When I put out the SOS to have some volunteer helpers for our show, I was blown away by the amount of creativity that came to the table. But more importantly, it's the power of women helping women. Women who came out not to just be artistic, but to be altruistic and donate their time and energy to help another woman create a home for her family.
Meanwhile, back inside, Tanya and I have run into some unexpected challenges with the window.
My plan was to pop that molding off, and we were going to be able to cut through the hardware and just pull that sucker out. But as you see, we're having a few obstacles. Yeah, those steel spikes are really embedded in that wood.
Whoa! It's hanging on by a thread, it feels like, and my nerves are just about as shut as this window is.
The window is gone. It's coming. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I gave birth to a 10-pound child. I can get that window out. Don't
All
worry.
right, that I trust.
Are you ready? Yep. Let's go.
Oh my.
1, 2, 3.
And the window to nowhere is going somewhere.
I have a little treasure for you. After all the work to get that window out, I saved a spike.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
That's the bugger that was holding us back the whole time.
Yeah, this is gonna have to have a place of honor.
Yes, it will. Trust me, it will.
That's awesome.
The Hip Chicks are inside helping Tanya and the kids finish up the family room painting, and I can't wait to see what Tanya thinks of the paint. The previous color was a $5 gallon of paint she had picked up at the home center from the Oops bin. So my goal was to really lighten up the space and make it a little brighter.
So, do you like the color?
I love the color.
Isn't it beautiful?
It
It's
is.
sweet, isn't it?
It is sweet. Sweet orange, maybe even.
I have to tell you how much I love the Sherwin-Williams color line. This choice that I made is because you had those beautiful copper drapes. But if we painted the room like with that much color, it'd be way too intense. So I used the drapes as the guide, and I chose a color down here that coordinated with it, and I went straight down to the lightest version as a beautiful backdrop.
Perfect.
And then the copper color will be an accent throughout the room.
I love it.
Okay?
Perfect.
All right, get back to work.
Working with my mom and working as a family to rebuild this house, it's a great experience. Not many people will get to say that when we moved into this area, we were able to repair this house that looked like a horror story gone wrong and make it into something that is fun to have invite friends over and enjoy just as a house.
Can I tell you how much fun this has been to be actually doing this project with my kids, between the painting, and I'm so excited about putting the floor down, all of these different things, to have them be a part of this experience. I think it continues on what we've already started with this house, and to see their ownership and to see them be excited about what we've been able to create together, and by way of being part of the Hip Chicks family, it's been pretty amazing.
Is it time?
It is time.
Yay!
You've been so patient. The walls are painted. We're ready to get going. We want to start in this corner of the room.
Okay.
Because we want the floorboards to run parallel to the longest wall.
Okay.
Plus, when you walk in, it just looks really beautiful this way. We're not going to start in the other corner because if we did, we've got a lot of cuts around a doorway, and it can throw the straight lines off a little bit.
Gotcha.
And all we're going to need is a utility knife and a couple kids.
I've got those.
All right, let's go find them.
Perfect.
Prep your floors by sweeping or vacuuming thoroughly. Then secure your subfloor with nails or screws. Check that the floor is level and apply a leveling compound as needed. Okay, Tanya, grab the other end of this plank. The trick is, because it's tongue and groove, it locks and clicks into place. So we want to get the long seam lined up first. Make sure it's really snug. You don't see any of the lighter color peeking through. Bump it down to the edge where it hits the other seam, ever so slightly. Smidge it your way, just a bit, oops, and back. And then we want to lock this down. You hold your end down, and then we can take the mallet and just tap it flat. How beautiful and easy is that?
Amazing.
I think for us to have this floor done just gonna feel more homey, and like the floors will probably have more dance parties on them since we can slip and slide on them.
When you need to cut a plank, use a builder's square to mark a straight edge. Cut the top of the plank with a utility knife several times to make a deep groove. Then turn over the plank and snap it along the cut line.
It has been a long and dirty day here at Tanya's, but I am thrilled with the amount of work that we've gotten done. The biggest project was getting the window to nowhere out so we can repurpose it. The chicks got a lot of work done repurposing Tanya's furniture so it can all go back in tomorrow. The room got completely repainted and all of the baseboards are prepped and ready for install. Now I'm going to head back inside and help Tanya and the kids finish up the floor so we can be back tomorrow for this Hip Chicks flip.
Ready to help.
All right, well, hop on down here. We are going to cut and install the last of the baseboards, but it's now your turn to get to use the saw.
Alrighty.
Anytime you use a power tool, you want to make sure you don't have dangling jewelry or clothes. You want to make sure your hair is back. Goggles, okay? Always, your safety is important. So you're going to pull this trigger to engage the blade before it touches the wood.
Okay.
Always have to have the blade spinning before it touches.
Okay.
Okay, so it's loud. Don't be startled. So I'm going to have you engage the blade, drop it down, and just do a smooth, straight cut into that piece of wood.
Alrighty, sounds like fun. You ready?
Yep. How easy is that?
That was fun.
Isn't that fun?
What else can we cut?
Not only did I get to use the miter saw, but I also got to use the nail gun with a little poo-poo thing that happens, and putting up the very last piece of baseboard. Whoever would have thought that you're so excited about baseboards until you don't have them?
I have baseboards.
You have baseboards. You
is
finally
awesome.
have baseboards after all this time.
Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. All right, what's next?
Honestly, I need you to go out. I need you to get changed, and I just need you to go out for a while. I have the girls ready, and we're gonna surprise you with a beautiful room makeover, but you can't see anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so get lost, and we'll see you back when I text you.
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
Now that Tanya is on the way to go get her parents, the chicks and I have a few hours to get this room put back together for the big reveal. We have all hands on deck as we finish up our flip. I have the Hip Chicks helpers putting some final touches on our redesign projects, and Tanya's kids stayed behind to give us a hand. I even brought my two sons over because they have some serious DIY skills. Tanya's house still needs a few electrical upgrades, and this room only has one ceiling box in a space. So I found a really great track light from Bright Light with a multi-directional head so Tanya and the kids can utilize the light where they need it most. After removing the window, my initial thought was to install two columns, which I had trash picked, into that open entry space. But then I realized that Tanya and her kids really needed more seating in the room, so we created two little benches as a step down. I'm especially excited for Tanya to see how we repurpose that old window, because now it is a beautiful family message center.
Before we had this big remodeling project on the living room, when we did most of our projects, we needed our grandparents' help. Our grandfather, we call him Papa, he's the contractor of the family. I think that he's going to be amazed when he walks in.
My chicks have put the final touches on the room, and now we're ready. Tanya and her parents just pulled up, and I cannot wait for them to see this space.
You guys ready?
Yes, I can't hardly wait.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hey, you're back.
We're home.
You're home. Welcome back. So excited you're here.
Oh my goodness, you and me both. Dad,
So
this is
nice
my
to
parents.
meet you, Mom.
Nice
Dad,
to meet
nice
you.
to meet you. Come on in, you'll see what I did to your daughter's house.
Yay. The suspense has been killing me.
I know. Okay, guys, keep your eyes closed. Dad, you can turn, stand right here next to your wife. So are you guys ready? On the count of 3, you may open your eyes for the reveal of the first Hip Chicks flip. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
The window to nowhere has now been somewhere.
Oh, yeah, look, they repurposed it. That is awesome. Wow.
For Tanya's flip, the bulk of our budget went towards the flooring. It cost us about $1,150. The paint and painting supplies came to $275. Our beautiful new light was a steal at $120. And we used about $250 to close up the window to nowhere. The thrift store bookcase was $25 and the custom map $35. Add in $100 for miscellaneous supplies and we hit a grand total of $1,955.
So, Dad, now that the living room is all done and absolutely perfect, what do you think about the art room?
I think you need to set up a time for them to come back and do the art room.
Join us for the next Hip Chicks Flips, where we are fixing homes and flipping mindsets. I teach women how to screw, so why not? Screwing, nailing, getting floored. We're laying floors. I have a problem with this whole idea of fake DIY, with fake posts that don't do anything, and it's all fabricated. And that's what real people are living with, is that they have stuff and they've got to make it work. It'd be real easy for me to come in here with a $30,000 budget and do all of this. We're doing it in less than $2,000. Whole new ballgame.